In this video, I'm going to describe how you identify your market and how you specify your avatar. Hi there, Mats Rehnstrom here, Shaper of Business Excellence. And welcome to the series where I go through all these important business excellence components. And they are very important for you because if you can understand them, then you can excel in them. And if you excel in them, then you will build or improve your business quite a lot, I would say. So they're very important. And also the relationship between them. As I said in one of the earlier videos when I started this series, I said that people are working within one or two or three of these components. But others are working with two or three of other components. And they never talk to each other because they're separate departments or separate levels in the organization. They don't understand that everything here is like a mesh. You need to talk to each other. You need to understand others' components as well as your own. You can't just excel in your own if you don't excel in the others as well, or understand them pretty well, I would say. So that's why this is so important. We have then for a couple of videos been looking at a higher level of these components, and in I think it was 2 videos ago we dived into the business model where I talked about these different 9 components that we have within the business model, and that the business model components like shooting away into connecting to a lot of the other components. We have a couple of these components in this chart that connects to a lot of the other components. And we talked about then the value proposition in the earlier video. But today I want to talk to you about the customer segments. And how do you get into what segments, what customers do you have? And that we will do then if we move down to the market identification. Here we can see that the market is not just the market. It's out there. It's the market. We don't really know. It's a fuzzy, it's like in the cloud. They're out there. No, we need to understand what is out there. And we need to divide this market into segments. And we want to make these markets into customers or clients. And just to understand the difference, a market is when they haven't bought from you. A customer is when they have bought from you or buying from you. So when I'm coming into your store, if I'm walking on the street outside, I'm the market. I'm looking into your display in the window and say, yeah, and then I walk on. Maybe I wasn't the right segment in the market. Maybe you're selling women's shoes and I'm a guy and I don't want to buy shoes for my wife or my daughter, so I just go on. But if I open the door and go in and then I buy shoes from you, then I become a customer. And there's different levels then from market to customers, but I won't go into detail right now. So go back to the market identification and the different segments. If we deep dive into, we zoom in a little bit more, then we can see that we have these customer groups, as I said, or market segments. Customers is where we want, this is what we want to deliver. Market is what they look like out there. And those two binds together. But here then we have a word that is called the avatar. And the avatar is specifying in detail what your customer segment or what your ideal customer look like. What customers do you want? Oh, I want a customer like this, or I have a customer like this, I have a customer like this, and one like this, and so on. You need to describe these customers in detail. And it could be in gender, age, it could be what kind of income they have, net worth, it could be if they've driven this kind of car, if they have long hair, short hair, if they are interested in fashion or not. I mean, there's a lot of things in your business that you need to look for. So there's no general avatar script can say, oh, fill this out and you will be happy because now you will understand everything about them. There's a basic, and that basic is usually gender, age, family situation, where they live, income level, and so on. Because most of our products that we deliver, we could target to that. But as I said, some of them might be totally irrelevant for your business. So you need to then specify these different avatars. And if you do that, you will have come a long way. And I see a lot of organizations that they don't really know what clients or customers they have, because they never specify them. They understand, like elderly care, which I worked with. Of course, I understand I help elderly people because it's called elderly care. So no rocket science there. But we can go in there and look into the elderly people that we serve. Some might have kids that still around in the city. Someone have a spouse. Someone are totally alone. Someone needs help at a facility, or someone can take care of themselves at home. This much women or this much men. And why do that? Why is that important? Because maybe if we're helping them out with shower and more intimate things, then it might be more wanted from their part that a woman helps a woman and a man helps a man. I don't know, but that is ways that it could be in your business as well. So you need to go into and understand all those different segments, because these different segments have different requirements, different wants and needs, and I will get back to that in the next video. So if we zoom out, we'll see that this market identification moves over to the next one, the next component. So here we have a relationship that is very important. So we will refine the segments, the avatars that we have found in this segment work, and we will then deep dive into and understand what can we deliver for them. And then we will put the product portfolio that I talked about in the earlier video, the previous video I would say, and what we've talked about in this video, and we will combine them into the understanding of the details of the wants and needs. But that's for the next video then. And if you want to have this poster, because you can download it for free, just click the link below and it will take you to a page where you can download it. As I said, it's free. Then you can follow along, you can read more in detail because it's hard to see on this video, and you can print it out if you like to, and yeah, as I said, understand it in more depth. With that said, let's go and shape our business for excellence.